Hey guys, alright, so I know we haven't done a news video in kind of a long time, and so these first two things we're gonna be fast, and then the last two we will spend more time on. But the first thing I wanted to touch on, well, let me just make sure the video is recording first before I do my whole spiel. Alright, it was solid, because that happened to me before. But anyways, first thing I want to talk about, if you guys heard about this a couple months ago, the whole loot box gambling thing, and with the whole new EA and Epic with them in the UK and the surprise mechanics. I made a little joke about that in my last video. And I mean, you can read through this whole article if you want, but basically, from what I'm seeing from this article and from other stuff I've been keeping up with, is that this isn't really going anywhere. A lot of other places, other countries are just saying it's not a big deal. Technically, it's not gambling. So I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I think this will die out sooner or later. But that's pretty much all I had to say about this whole loot box thing. And then the next thing is another small thing, because it's just kind of wide and it's not very specific as to what any of this means. But this is a quote from Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox. And basically, all this whole article is about is how Xbox is not a free speech platform. Everyone's kind of mad that he said this. I don't think it's a big deal, but basically he's just saying that they're gonna work to, make it inclusive for everybody, and they don't want like bullying and all that stuff to go on. They talk about that, and they talk about how a next generation is gonna be more restricted. So, right now, I think it's fine the way it is as far as reporting people on Xbox and kind of taking care of that. I don't know how far they're going to take this, if they push it to where you can't, swear in a party chat or you instantly get banned. I mean, that's kind of extreme. But, just like if people are, just messing with you, people who are spam messaging you, with, that could be taken care of more. So, like I said, this isn't too detailed, but I just wanted to bring it to people's attention. But the other two things that I want to talk about is something that we talk about on this channel a lot. Not recently, but if we go ahead and go over here, and you were here in the beginning of this channel, or a couple months in, you can see, let's see, Anthem. What else? I mean, we got tons of Anthem there, Anthem there, Anthem there, Anthem there, Anthem there. So, got a lot of Anthem on this channel, and there's a reason for that. So the point of this is basically the CEO did an interview, and he says, quote, "It's not working very well." Well, no shit. Obviously I could have told you that, but the big thing they don't even talk about in this article, there's two big things I want to talk about. This is kind of just summarizing some stuff that he said in the interview, but I didn't find anything too drastic. It's just this not working very well. People were kind of memeing this quote. But the two things I do want to talk about that was brought up in this interview is that, one, if you guys remember, I did my roadmap video for this game back in, I don't know, February. I think maybe it was March, the beginning of March. But the Cataclysm, the raid, we've been over this multiple times, but I'm going over it again. The Cataclysm / raid, whatever you want to call it, was supposed to come out in March. I don't know about you guys, but my computer down here says June 24th. And it still ain't out. And so the thing with that is, like, if they just said it was coming like most games do, and then it's been this late and it would have came out, perfectly fine. But they said a date on it and they'll way off. And the thing that makes it even worse is that I tweeted about a article that Kotaku made like probably 2 months ago about the development of Anthem and kind of how it went to shit and everything. And what was interesting is they said they were kind of put on a crunch by EA, and they made the whole game, the entire game, in 16 months. So if you can make all of what Anthem is, which isn't a lot, but if you can make all of what Anthem is in 16 months, and you can't make a single level in 4 months, and that's giving them the benefit of the doubt, saying they didn't start working on the raid till the game was done. They had been working on that raid before the game was out, so it's been more than 4 months. So, I mean, It just shows you kind of, they kind of just, I think they kind of just gave up and they're moving on it. But that's my thing with Anthem. I don't cover it as much, just the big stuff now. If this raid ever does come out, I'll cover it, but at this point, who the fuck knows? And then another thing that I actually don't have pulled up that we can talk about while we're talking about EA before we move on to Call of Duty is Jedi Fallen Order. I did a video last week on that game and why I'm kind of concerned about it. And an article just came out about how Disney is kind of holding them back. Well, that's what the article said. I'm sure EA isn't going to push their limits on with anything right now. But EA is kind of making them keep the game T-rated. They don't want dismemberment, Christ, in the game because, they're Disney. So they wanted to keep that T rating on there. And, that was kind of something that, The Force Unleashed had, so I don't understand why this game can't have it. All of the movies have it. I mean, literally, your last, main story, episode 8, they literally cut somebody in half. So, I mean, I don't understand why you can't have, arms getting chopped off in the game. But it's whatever. So that's a Disney thing. Just wanted to bring that up, bring that to people's attention. And the last thing we're going to talk about, something that you've seen everyone else talk about. The Quarterings talked about it. Clean Princess talked about it. I think Angry Joe brought it up a little bit. And so, something I want to talk about here. Now that everything's kind of over with, and I went and I actually played Black Ops 4, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring this up even more. I found the original video. So I'm just going to play the beginning of this, just in case you have no idea what I'm talking about real quick.
At IGN, we're a bunch of different people with a bunch of different preferences, thoughts. We're individuals. At least personally, I feel like I don't necessarily want to play 15 to 20 hours of what I was just shown.
It's very jarring, and I found...
Okay, so I just realized, I don't have my output capture turned on, and I'm not re-recording this whole video. So, basically what they said is that they don't want to play, a whole campaign of what they just saw, and they're complaining that it's discomforting and unsettling what they saw, right? And then, so that's the original video. You can watch this, I'll link all this crap. But if you go over here, it's talking about the same thing, and it has a description, right, of the parts that they saw. And it talks about, where's the main part? So it talks about a woman, and they don't want you to shoot her, but she reaches for a detonator, and then you shoot her. And then in another part, it talks about, I'm not going to scroll through the article and look for it, but it talks about a woman holding a baby, and you can choose in quotations, to shoot her or not to shoot her. And in the gameplay demo they saw, they chose not to shoot her. And so people were kind of like, well, can you just shoot innocent civilians? You can kill women in this game? And everyone's kind of freaking out, And so my thing is, I'm not even going to get into the whole, it's called Modern Warfare, and freaking, this is Modern Warfare, so that's what it should be. I'm not even going to get into that. What I'm going to get into is, if we go look at good old Black Ops 4, some of the stuff that they have going on in their game, some of the way they're marketing their game now, versus, a trailer where you can shoot, innocent women, holding babies and going through villages and slaughter people. I mean, literally they have an Easter bunny in the game. So that's kind of, if you get what I'm saying, that's the crowd that they're pushing to right now. So, I mean, if you took a bunch of Fortnite kids, and, they like the rainbow stuff, they like their colorful characters, their John Wick skins, and you go and threw them into this trailer that sounds very graphic, obviously, they're not going to enjoy it. And so, maybe these journalists that IGN threw in there, maybe they were heavy players of Black Ops 4, and that's why they threw them in for the new one. And when they didn't see their Easter Bunny skins, and it turned out to be something realistic, they got triggered, So I'm not going to get too into this. I'm kind of already too into this, but I've watched multiple videos on this, kind of know where this all is. Call of Duty came out, not Call of Duty, Infinity Ward came out and was like, yeah, we ain't changing shit. I mean, get over yourself. Like, this is how it is now. I mean, that's what they say now. Freaking, I've had a hate relationship with Call of Duty for the past couple of years, so I mean, I ain't defending them, but I mean, if they do it, if the campaign's good, I'm gonna give them top 10 review, top tier. Alright guys, so that's all I have for today. I know we haven't done a news video in a very long time, but I just wanted to do one. Plus, I don't have access to my Xbox right now, so I figured I would do something that I didn't need in-game footage to make. And also, I just heard about this Anthem thing and wanted to bring it up to everyone's attention. Anyways, hope you guys are enjoying all of the content that we got going on right now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright guys, so this is post in editing, and so I was rendering this video, like literally the whole video was done, like this is after the outro, and I was on my phone just looking at stuff, and I found an article on something, and I'm not going to try to, find the original source for this. I just want to get this out there literally as soon as possible. That's why I'm adding it to this video and not even trying to clean this up or anything. But the point is there's a rumor going around right now that I just found. It's literally 50 minutes old, the article I just found, at the time of this recording anyways. And the thing is it's ads in games. So, like, what do you mean by ads? Well, in the description I found, right, somebody was playing 2K. Now, I don't know anything about 2K. And they got, like, a commercial while they were playing their game. So, like, you could be playing Assassin's Creed. You could be playing Call of Duty. You could be playing freaking GTA. And while you're playing, or while your game's load, no, it's not during loading. I don't know how this would work, but just while you're playing the game, you just get an ad, a 30-second ad, a commercial for a TV show, a movie, a product, just like on TV, just like on YouTube. You get ads for your $60 games that you're paying for. And that is ridiculous, because then you know how it's going to work. EA is going to come out, buy the collector's edition, the $120 edition, and have no ads in your game. And, so this is a big deal. If this is like a real thing, then we'll be getting ads in our games sometime soon. So if I find anything else on this, I'll update you guys more, but just wanted to put that out there. And this will be the actual end of the video.